All right, welcome to Conspiracy Fact Daily, this special Valentine's show. Yeah, whatever. It's been a little while. I had to take a little break there, but we're back, and wow, lots of interesting things to talk about. I'm not going to get into to Maine too much. What happened in Maine with the Paul campaign, because I'm sure everybody's by now has been through all that and is tired of it. But I did want to make sure, if you haven't seen the video and you haven't seen this explanation of how the delegates work, you have to check this out. Go to my blog, conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com. There's a link on there for the video, and the video is just excellent. For whatever reason, sometimes I don't know what goes on MSNBC. They're a little more rogue than the other networks. I think they're just trying to throw together whatever they can over on that network, and sometimes they actually do some actual real journalism. Rachel Maddow got on there and found the story. She found the story of the delegates versus the straw polls, and how the delegates work, and how Ron Paul is about to possibly have this huge sneak attack, and where he's going to, quote-unquote, steal the election. And she breaks it down, and then talks to Doug Weed, one of the guys on the Paul campaign, and they break it down together. So I'm like, no, you don't want to do that. Don't tell them how you're going to blow up the Death Star before you do it, right? But the strangest thing is that nobody's reacting. I saw some NBC, I saw some CBS, I saw some CNN. Nobody's touching it. The only thing I've really seen is on MSNBC, a little 12-minute segment, and I was a little concerned, but nobody seems to really care about it. So I wonder why that is. Why would they not just jump on that? Do they think that if they start talking about it and exposing it, that it's going to build Paul's campaign and give them more momentum? Maybe that's what it is. But do you wonder, is the Romney campaign and the Gingrich campaign, or Santorum, are they all getting together and okay, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop Paul taking all the delegates. Or are they even paying attention? I don't know. I don't know how in depth they're getting into this, and if they're even following that. Well, let's just hope that those other campaigns are as dumb as they seem in the debates. So we'll just leave it at that. Well, I had some really sad news over the weekend. One of the true freedom fighters and trumpets for liberty in this horrible thing we call the mainstream media had to leave us. Judge Napolitano, he is leaving. He doesn't have a show anymore. He got canceled. Sounds like he's still going to be on Fox, but his show got canceled. Now, why in the world would his show get canceled? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea of why it got canceled. I think you probably do too. But if you're new to the judge and to his voice and the type of things he talked about, please go to my blog, conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com, and I've got a link to a video there. It's a Napolitano clip off of his show, and I think it breaks down in a nutshell probably why he got fired. I'm not a Glenn Beck fan, but Glenn Beck got fired. He got terminated too. So that's two folks on Fox News that really started to kind of get on the fringe and actually kind of really possibly get into some truth. What's his name? Griffin was on Glenn Beck's show. He's like the godfather of Federal Reserve history and facts. And next thing you know, Glenn Beck has lost a show. Obviously I don't particularly like Glenn Beck, but there's another example of somebody getting close to the truth and their show gets yanked.